Hey everyone, today we're going to play Mew and going to show you guys how to do insane poke damage from the backline. Now, Mew got buffed recently, don't really know why, so let's talk about the item builds and the thought process of when to use which move, because it is quite a complicated character. Before we get into that though, if you guys ever want to see any of this action live, check us out on Twitch. We do stream 3 to 4 times a week there. Alright, so Mew is generally played in the bot lane. It's an incredible attacker, extremely versatile with the moves. The item I'm using for Mew is the triple damage set, so Slick Spoon, Wise Glasses, and Choice Specs. Now, what you really want to focus on is getting that level 5, because then you have access to your move resets, right? And very importantly this season as well, if you can get to that, move reset to hit Solar Beam off the bat, you're going to be doing so much damage, because Solar Beam and Light Screen got that necessary buffs, or unnecessary in my opinion, because then you can get those faster beam resets off the beams on the enemy team, whether it's whether you hit someone or not. So you can see here, I'm looking to just agility beam. That's what I like running after my Light Screen Electro Ball nowadays, because it allows you to really reposition yourself and hit those enemies and get those boosted stacks. Now, speaking of boosted stats as well, that's something super undervalued on Mew. Mew's boosted works in a way that once you get 3 ticks underneath, you send out this honing missile that will auto-target the enemy that you locked onto, and it will actually follow them pretty much, unless it's blocked by another enemy. Now, this is very important because it is part of increasing your damage output on Mew. If you can consistently get these boosters off on Pokemon in line with your Beam or Electro Ball, you're going to realize your damage can go way higher than what it was before. So you can see, having a good knowledge of how you can get your boosters from each of your 3 different combinations is very important, right? We talked about how Mew is incredibly versatile. Now, for example, agility, it gives you a boosted every time you use it, right? Light Screen, it gives you actually more than 1, because every time you use it and then retract it, that counts as 2 uses. Solar Beam, obviously, if you hit someone, it counts as a boosted as well, plus the casting as well. So, and you can see, going back to the fact that agility Solar Beam is actually pretty nuts. Wouldn't be able to hit that Mewtwo otherwise, if not, you didn't have that reposition tool. So, once you have that move reset available as well, don't forget any assists or KOs that you provide to the team, it will further reduce the cooldown for that move reset. So essentially, you want to get to a point where you are dealing so much damage, right, from your move, and then with those assists and poke damage, KOs, you really are able to switch your moves, because there's no cooldown between the different moves, right? Like, for example, you can Light Screen Beam, right? And then if you have your moves reset up, you switch into Electro Ball Agility or Electro Ball Coaching, you can use that Electro Ball straight away. You don't need to wait till the Solar Beam cooldown ends, right? So you can think about it, if you do have a move reset, there is going to be a space of time where you are able to use, up to 4 different moves in concession. Kind of like Blaziken if you think about it, but not to that scale, right? So you can see here, they do get top Regieleki, but we have successfully, I guess, fended the enemy off this Reggie at the bottom, right? So I'm just looking with the Delphox to just secure this quickly before the Mewtwo comes in, right? They are running Mewtwo Blissey, which is a very dangerous combo. Even though Mewtwo got nerfed in the recent patch, it is still incredibly strong with something like a Blissey next to it, right? You can see the damage that it does from its mega form of the autos is really scary, right? So sometimes it will bait out a Unite or an auto from our side. But that's something good about Mew as well. Because of the number of combinations, if you watch back your VODs, and I highly recommend everyone to, you can really learn about what move combination would have gotten you out of some situations, right? Because not a lot of other Pokemon have this ability to decide what move combination you want to go, and sometimes, maybe instead of running your agility, if you had coaching, you might have gotten out because you had an enemy or an ally rather that was close enough to you so you can latch onto, but further enough than an agility so you can actually get out of moves like that. So there is a lot of stuff. I have made Mew videos in the past. If you guys want to check it out, I do go in depth into my thought processes. But I'm in a period where I'm kind of relearning Mew, essentially because I'm trying to focus on the efficiency of my move switches. So obviously I've gotten to a point where the muscle memory is kind of there in terms of what moves I want, right? And you'll get there as well, guys, once you play enough Mew, and you're either if you go with the D-pad move switch or the press Y or press L to switch moves, you'll get to a point where you want the move and you can keep looking on the screen as your hands, changing moves or whatever. So you'll get to that point, but what I'm really talking about is a lot of the instances I have 3 boosted up, and I'm using my boosted before I switch the moves. Now that's detrimental because you can't actually move switch when you're in that boosted animation. Whereas if you do it the other way around, where if you have your 3 stacks of boosted, if you click on the move reset and then click your boosted, you're able to not only use your boosted and in that time switch on moves as well. So that's something I'm working on in the meantime. I think it will really elevate my Mew gameplay. Mew is a Pokemon I don't think anyone can be just the best at. There's always stuff to improve on. Here, very unluckily, we did not get that Regieleki, so we just have to back away here. Very unfortunate. Desiaro into the boosted mega form of Mewtwo is just the GG's. So we're gonna quickly hope that the team defends this pad. Things are looking bleak. The tree is really zoning out our team very, very well. So I'm pretty sure here they do let the Regieleki in. It does break, but it's not over yet, right? Whenever the enemy teams pushes like this, there's always opportunity to come back. The comeback mechanics for levels is insanely high in this game. If you do manage to get KOs when they're higher level than you will find yourself at a much higher level, or in terms of the XP game, right? So you can see after that KO streak of 3, I am almost level 13. And this would have been possible if they didn't break the pad, because they wouldn't have pushed it otherwise, right? So we can just counter dunk here. The tree unites is a very late unite at 3 minutes, so that is a bonus for us. We do have a Unite, but it's probably too late to use the Mew Unite now, so we're just looking to try to get in and maybe break this pad. Big KO by the Delphox with a Unite move. Now, we do bait out the Decidueye Unite. Fantastic. So that's 2 Unites on their team used already, whereas we have Delphox Unite that we can get back, so there's no problem. Now, the issue here is, I remember, Blissey Unites at 230. That's pretty bad for us. You'll not get your Unite back when you're Blissey there. So, but the focus is still there. We are trying to poke them out, right? With your Beam and Light Screen, you can really get the resets, right? Now, they did change the way the resets will work now. So, the Solar Beam's actual move cooldown got reduced. And but they did change it so that every time you hit with Solar Beam, the amount of reset you changed also reduced a little bit. But all in all, I think it is a good change because it allows you to have your Beam up at least earlier. And if you do hit multiple enemies, you can chain your Solar Beams. And that's why it's so important, right? To get that level 10 early so that you do have access to that reduction in the move timer. There we go. Big poke by us on the back. Azu gets that a kill on the Mewtwo and the Blissey, which is massive for us. That leaves us to shred the tree. And now it's just Intel and Decidueye, right? The 2 main Securas on the team, or the damage dealers. I see Decidueye. I know at level 13 I can one-shot this bird with my combo, right? We quickly change to Agility to get out of the Mewtwo Unite, and here I actually wait. I see the animation of the eggs go through, and then I click my Electro Ball, because you never want to lose the Secure to Egg Blissey. That is just embarrassing, right? So get the Mewtwo as well. There's a minute to go. We are in a huge lead. I have one in my Unite. Not really sure why I used it there, to be honest. Don't really need to. Get another Hundo Burger, and I think Azu may get another 82. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much game for this Pokemon. So using this time, let's talk about the other changes to Mew that might actually impact your game as well. The other thing is Spell Vamp. So they introduced this thing where if you get to level 9, Mew gets Spell Vamp, meaning that you actually can recover some HP for every special attack damage that you do. And this is very similar to Sylveon. But in my opinion, it's better than Sylveon because Sylveon's poke range is very limited compared to Mew, right? You think about Hyper Voice or Mystical Fire. Like, if the range is here, the Solar Beam range is here, right? And anytime you deal special damage on Mew, you're going to be able to, recover some of that HP. And that is massive. Because if you're in the back line and let's say you accidentally get damaged by a Decidueye arrow or Mewtwo Unite, you're going to be able to sustain yourself in the fight and not needing to back every time or rely on your support player to heal you, right? You can really self-sustain from the backline, which means the more you stay in the fight, the more damage you're going to do as well, right? So in this game, we got 13-7, and fantastic Azure was 17-6, but look at that, 156,000 damage. I think we only got KO'd maybe once or twice. We really played that backline really well, using our moves to get out of tough situations. Alright, so good luck guys in trying out Mew. I highly recommend giving it a go, but it is a Pokemon that takes a little bit of time to pick up. So good luck in all your games, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.